Hi, welcome back in for another episode of SSD Mythbusters, where each week we tackle a myth about the world of Social Security disability law, and we try and give you all the information that you need. We do it by talking to our in-house legal expert, attorney Josh Worley, who is also my brother, law partner, all of the above. And so today we're going to take another shot at a topic. Josh, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks.
Ready to be in the hot seat
ready
today?
for another one. Yep.
All right. Working our way through these things. So today we're going to talk about an important topic because lots of people want to know not only can I get approved, but the next logical question, how much am I going to get? So today's myth is, or question is, does everyone get the same check? So, all right, how much do we get if you get us approved,
right.
attorney Josh Worley?
That's the magic question that is asked frequently, and one of the first questions that comes up, I think, anytime anybody is considering disability, they're trying to figure out how much am I going to be entitled to. The answer to that question is, and there's really a caveat to this, there's two different types of disability benefits. We've talked about these in the past. There's SSI and SSDI. I'm going to specifically talk about SSDI today because that is the main disability program that people are going to fall under. With SSDI, the amount that you are entitled to monthly is based completely on what your earnings have been in the past when you are working. Okay, so when someone earns income and they have a paycheck, they'll see on their paycheck that they paid a FICA tax. The FICA tax is what goes to Social Security. That is what you pay in for Social Security, and that is for retirement and disability. So the more you have made in income through the years and the higher your salary, the more you're paying into Social Security each month or out of each paycheck. And that then translates into how much your benefit is when you become disabled or when you retire. So it is all over the board. The average Social Security disability benefit in 2025 is around $1,500 a month. So it can be $200 a month. It can be $3,000 a month. And it just simply is based on how much you've paid into the system through the years.
Okay. I mean, if someone's interested in this, because I would imagine a lot of people are trying to make this decision. I may be faced with not being able to work. I may be faced with applying for disability, and they're trying to plan. Mm-hmm. How does someone figure out, here's what I'm going to get? Because, I mean, if it's a formula, that's something they can know in advance before they ever even apply.
Sure. Absolutely. The best way to do it, in my opinion, is to go to our website. We have a calculator on the website where you can put in how old you are, and then you can put in your earnings, kind of a rough estimate of what your earnings have been in the past. Like, it's kind of based on your annual income back when you were working. And then it's just a slider. You slide how old you are and what your earnings has been, and then that gives you an estimate of what your benefit, what your Social Security disability benefit would be. And I'm sure we can put a link to that calculator in the description of this video so you can easily go to that and see. And that really will give you a pretty good estimate on what your benefits will be. You can also look up your Social Security statement by going onto the main Social Security website. That's a little bit more involved. If you're just trying to get a quick idea as to what you'd qualify for, I'd recommend going to that calculator that we have.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that makes pretty good sense. Sounds like you just need to go to our website, go to the calculator, put it in, and if you're trying to do some planning, then you can go and get a rough idea of how much you're going to get. Yep. Do people strategically plan that, Josh? Like where, okay, I might work another year because my earnings are higher. I can, and I assume the slider lets you adjust it to where if I worked for another year. Like, does it move much year to year?
It does not move much year to year. It's really the amount of your benefit is based on all of your years of paying into Social Security. So working another year is not going to change that benefit dramatically. It may be a few dollars here and there, but not much. It's not one where I've never seen a situation where it made sense to try to work another year just to try to get that benefit up higher. Now, there are occasions where you need to work another year to earn enough credits so that you're insured. That's a video, another video. That's a different video, and we've talked about that in the past, about that you have to have enough credits. But as far as dollar amount goes, working another year is not going to make a difference dramatically.
Okay. And when we talk about, a lot of times you help people, you're trying to obtain back pay. How does that
Sure.
amount factor into the back pay?
Well, however much they qualify in disability benefits, whatever their monthly benefit is, if they're going through the disability process and they've been going through that process for a period of time, a lot of times when they've hired an attorney, when we get to the end and they got approved, then they will be entitled to back pay benefits for all of the months that they had to wait. So if, just for easy math, if your benefit is $1,000 a month and it was 12 months that you went through this process, or your back pay is 12 months, then that's $12,000 that you're entitled to at the end.
And if they get approved, that's the amount they get going forward.
Yes, the $1,000 a month
Yes.
is going forward. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, great. So there we have it. The question, the myth was, does everyone get the same check? And the answer is no, that is busted. That it is highly specific. So all those years of being angry where this weird thing on your paycheck called FICA is taking money out of your pocket, you finally get the chance to maybe get some of that back. So it's dependent on how much you've paid in, and we've figured out that the best way to get a rough idea of how much you would get if you get approved is to go to our website. That's idlawcenter.com, and just go to our Social Security disability page, and the calculator's on there. You can use the slider to adjust for your specific information. I think that's the best way to do it.
Mhm.
So, all right, Josh, thanks so much.
You're
Helpful
welcome.
information. We'll do it again next time. Thanks.